cranberry, Vaccinium macrocarpon, is one of North America's one of 3 of their native fruit species. The other 2, which are the Concord grape and the blueberry. The native range of the cranberry is restricted to this part, the northeastern part of the continent, but now the current range has, as you can see, grown larger, extending out to the western coast, all the way to Alaska. Wisconsin is the nation's top producer of cranberries, producing about 60% of the nation's cranberries. In 2010, 3.9 million barrels of cranberries were produced, and 1 barrel is 100 pounds, and it usually goes for around $40 a barrel. These cranberries are harvested in 2 different ways, wet and dry harvested. And wet harvested cranberries are sold as juice, powder, dried cranberries, sliced, or sauces and jellies. Dry harvested cranberries are sold fresh. This is to prevent fruit rot in the berries. Over here we have a general diagram of the Vaccinium macrocarpon plant. These right here are the uprights, and with the berries are not produced until about 2 or 3 years after planting. We have the uprights, and then we also have the runners, and down here you can see that these are the runners getting planted, and what they do is they take vines or runners, they're the same thing, and they spread them across a field of peat moss and then sand on top, and then they spread the vines across, and they take a machine across and they disc them in, so they just like lightly press them into the sand. In this picture, this is about late June, early July, and that is when the field is in bloom. And then in like October, late September, October, the berries are harvested. And what they do is they flood the fields, and the berries, they take a harvester through, and the berries are beaten off the vines and they float to the top. And then they are corralled with this yellow floating boom and sent up a conveyor belt into a truck to be produced. And over here, this is my little project that I did with my boss's kids. And what I did was I took a 50 ml tube and I filled it with, had them fill it about a third of the way with peat moss. And I had them poke a hole with it with a pencil. And then they stuck a cranberry, part of a runner, into there and just planted it. And then you just thread a string through and tie it around your neck like a necklace. And there you go. I'd like to acknowledge the USDA Agricultural Research Unit and the Wisconsin Cranberry Growers Association for the funding provided for this project and the research that we were doing in the lab.